Should voting be easier or harder? Right. I mean, who says harder? And if they do, what's their motive?
This is the picture the governor tweeted showing him signing the bill, surrounded by 6 white men. That painting there in the background, that is of a slave plantation.
The people are used to using the ID to vote in Georgia. And if you don't have ID, we'll give you one for free.
No justice!
Dozens of prominent black business leaders in America calling for companies to fight against Georgia's controversial voter legislation.
This legislation is unacceptable. It is a step backwards, and it does not promote principles we have stood for in Georgia.
If Coca-Cola wants to only operate in Democrat states and wants only Democrats to drink Coca-Cola, God love them. We'll see how they do when half of the country quits drinking Coca-Cola.
Yes, that was Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul. He's now calling for a boycott of Coca-Cola after the company stated its disapproval of the new Georgia voting law. And wouldn't you know it, the GOP boycott of Coke is not going very well. Shocker. Hello, everybody. I'm David Shuster, and thanks for joining us. Coca-Cola is headquartered in Atlanta. It is one of several companies, including Delta and J.P. Morgan Chase, that have criticized the new Georgia voting requirements. By most accounts, the law will make it harder for many people, especially minorities, to vote. And African Americans account for 30% of Georgia's population. Republicans, though, are incensed that so many companies are speaking out.
My warning, if you will, to corporate America is to stay out of politics. It's not what you're designed for.
Which is hilarious when you consider how much money he has taken from corporate America for his party and for his political campaigns. Donald Trump is also in on the effort to try and condemn Coca-Cola. He recently called on Republicans to ban Coke, but of course that ban doesn't apply to the Donald. Take a closer look at this picture former Trump advisor Stephen Miller tweeted out this week after a meeting with Trump in Florida. Yes, there behind the phone is a bottle with the distinctive shape and red label of Coca-Cola. Hey, Stephen, you know there's this thing called Photoshop? It will enable you to crop out things like the president's unshakable Coca-Cola addiction. And to think these idiots were in the White House. Good grief. A few state Republican lawmakers in Georgia have suggested cutting tax breaks for Coke, but when a similar effort involving Delta Airlines passed the Georgia House, the state Senate scuttled the measure. In other words, this war on Coke is toothless. The best Republicans have been able to do in Georgia is to stop deliveries to their own offices. That's fine. Coca-Cola sales are now skyrocketing. Many Democrats who don't even like soft drinks are buying Coke by the case as a big F-you to Trump, McConnell, Rand Paul, and the rest of the GOP. And along the way, the pressure now on Georgia over its voting law is off the charts.
It is reassuring to see that for-profit operations and businesses are speaking up about how these new Jim Crow laws are just antithetical to who we are.
Indeed, the political divide right now in America is clear. Democrats are fighting against inequality and injustice. Republicans are waging war against a soft drink. This is not going to end well for the GOP. As that saying goes, you can't beat the real thing.